Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hopefully you guys are having a good week. We've got college basketball. Today is when it really gets cooking for college basketball. I mean, we've got like 35 or 40 games, something along those lines. Tons of conference tournament action. All the big conference tournaments are underway now as well. So we've got a lot going on there. And then it's Wednesday, so we have to talk a little PGA. We've got the Players Championship at TPC Sawgrass starting tomorrow. I'm still mad at Shane Lowry from last week, and I'm still mad at Colin Morikawa because I added him on the weekend. And this guy, Colin Morikawa, I just have to say it. He's just a choker. I don't know how else to say it. Choker. And I don't know when he's going to win again at this point because he's supposed to be a top, 5 or 6 player on the tour, and he hasn't won since like COVID. I don't know. He hasn't won in like 4 years. So I'm done with Colin Morikawa. The guy just chokes. It's crazy. So I'm sick of him. Don't tell me to bet on Colin Morikawa ever again. Thinking about Keaton, you said took Sepp Straka and Michael Kim to win the Players. Would love your thoughts. Also, can we get a parlay with the Players champ, men's tournament champ? Yeah, I'm down for that, Keaton, for sure. Ryan said thinking of going back to hits this week. Oh, Baron Straka. Yeah. So all right, we'll do golf first, and then we'll get into college basketball because the college basketball does start. There's one game at 11:30. I'm not going to bet on that game though. Both those teams suck. Davidson and Richmond are both terrible. So I'm going to look more at these 12 o'clock games, but we'll talk golf first. So I have 3 outrights I'm taking this week that I've already decided on. They're all longer numbers, so that will leave us some room. If we can get one of them in contention, that will leave us some room to add on. Like if Scotty's in the mix, we could do something with him. If Ludwig's in the mix, we could do something with him. I'm not betting Colin Morikawa. I don't have a list for golf. I'm making one for him. I'm not betting on him. But, maybe if Ludwig or Scotty are in the mix, we could add something with them on the weekend if we can get one of our guys in the mix. So I'm going to tell you the 3 guys I like this week. Firstly, I like Hideki Matsuyama this week. He's played very well at this tournament in the past. He's been playing pretty well for the majority of the season, but he's played really, really well at this course. And I like the form he's been in. He's already won once this season, so I think 33-1 is pretty good. And you might even be able to find it better than that. I have not checked, DraftKings. This morning I was like putting together my stuff and deciding who I wanted to bet. So I have not checked for the best number yet, but I will be putting in Hideki Matsuyama as my first outright. Second outright is going to be Shane Lowry again. I know he caused us immense pain last week when he choked the first round leader, on the last 2 holes. And then he was leading going into Saturday, completely choked on Saturday, then played fine on Sunday. He just had a bad round, but we're going back to him. He's played very well in Florida in his career, and I still think he's trending in the right direction. Even though he played bad at Saturday last week, I still like Shane Lowry. I like his form. I like his comps for this course, and I like how he's played here. So Hideki and Shane Lowry, and then Sepp Straka, you guys can kind of get the gist here. With golf, I bet a lot of the same guys when they're playing well. I like the form Sepp Straka's been in. Another guy that's played very well, Florida Golf. So we're just taking those 3 guys all above 30-1, and that's going to give us some room to add on someone. I mean, Scotty's going for 3 wins in a row here. Is his form good enough? I don't know. Like, there's question marks. Typically, like if this were last year, I would just be pounding like 2 to 3 units on Scotty here, but I just can't trust it right now. So I'm looking at Hideki, Shane Lowry, Sepp Straka. Those are my 3 outrights for this week. all three, comp well for this course. All three have played well here in the past, especially Hideki. I mean, Shane Lowry's played very well here as well. I think he has a T7 here in the last 2 years, and I feel like he kind of owes us money, so that makes me want to go back to him even more. And for future stuff, I put in Sepp Straka at 100-1 to win the U.S. Open. I would sprinkle on that if I were you guys, just because I've told you I'm going to the U.S. Open Sunday. I will be at the final round, so hopefully Sepp Straka is in the mix and I can live sweat out on 100-1 ticket. That would just be so fun. As for a parlay, Keaton, man, to do like something like that, I think I want to do that, but I think what I would do is wait until, because the NCAA championship odds are not going to change that much from now until Sunday, right? Even with the conference tournament stuff going on, they're not going to change like drastically. So I would probably wait until Saturday and see who I really like in the mix for the golf tournament, and then I would do a live pick for the golf. But let's just say we did Scotty, and then like in Alabama to win the title. Women's is, where's that even at on here? I don't know why that's. Am I like missing something? I don't know why that's not here. How do I find this? I don't know where it is, but oh wait, is this it? Never mind, found it. Why does it just say women's instead of like NCAAW or something? Like that just threw me off. It should not, like, why did it just says women's? Anyways, it's probably UConn. Man, I haven't looked into this a ton, the girls, but I would say it's probably UConn, or I do like Notre Dame. I don't know if they could win though. But I'd probably just do UConn. So I'd do something along this maybe, but I want to wait and see on Saturday who is like in the mix. I mean, that would be crazy. Like $20 to pay $5K basically. I want to see who's rocking for the golf though before we do that. But I could definitely see myself doing something like that. That would be fun. All right. If you guys joined late though, for the golf tournament, the Players Championship, 3 outrights this week. Hideki, Shane Lowry, and Sepp Straka. And I also want to take Shane Lowry top 10, which is plus 400. So I'm going to be betting that on its own for probably like a half a unit and then a quarter unit on all of these guys to win outright. Maybe I'll do a make the cut parlay too, since the last time I did that we hit. That was, what tournament was that? I think the Cognizant, when we had Luke Clanton and I don't even remember who else. It was like a 2-person make the cut parlay. We could do Michael Kim to make the cut. I mean, he's been playing so well. Aaron Rye to make the cut. I would probably want one of these like guys in this range. Something like this, like Straka and Rye to make the cut. I don't know. I'll look around at that after the stream and see if we can find anything. So we might do that. But stuff that I'm 100% putting in, the 3 outrights and the Shane Lowry top 10 at plus 400. All right, let's get to college basketball for today. I have some stuff I like in the early set of games here. We have games all day for like today, tomorrow, like We're in that period now where it's just games all day, which is just the best. I like Virginia Tech, not Virginia Tech. I like Georgia Tech over Virginia. So this is going to be a play for me. Georgia Tech over Virginia. You can just take it on the money line at minus 118. That's my first play. Second play, I want to fade Cincinnati. I haven't seen if they had some guys get banged up yesterday in their win. I haven't seen like if they're in jeopardy of missing the game. Let me do a quick Twitter search here and see. Let's see if we can get some inside information here. No, I think they're good to go. I think their guys are going to play. They had a couple guys get banged up yesterday, but I'm not seeing anything that would indicate that they won't play today. But I'm still fine just fading Cincinnati. I don't think they're very good. They should be good, and they're not. And you guys know I like Iowa State. This just moved, by the way, from 8.5 to 9.5, literally in the last 30 seconds. But I'm not betting Iowa State. I'm fading Cincinnati by taking their team total under. So I'm taking the under 63.5 for the full game at minus 120. And I'm taking the first half team total. Where is this? First half team total under 28.5 at minus 104. Cincinnati first half and full game team total under. That is my play. In that game, just fading Cincinnati's offense and kind of buying in on Iowa State without laying a big number. Moving on down. I mean, I've seen a lot of people on Arkansas today, 79% of the money, 70% of the spread. Pretty popular play. I just don't trust Arkansas at this point with how their roster shaped out with like injuries and stuff. They should beat South Carolina. South Carolina is not good. Pretty much one of the worst teams in the SEC, arguably the worst team in the SEC. So Arkansas should win, but I just really don't trust them at this point. So I'll avoid that. Some of these smaller schools, I only take really if I show value on them. I do like Ohio State today, but we already have like the outright on them for the Big Ten tournament, so I'll probably not lay the 5.5. I kind of like Texas at plus 2.5. I mean, I think Texas is going to win this game outright, so getting them as underdogs looks pretty good. So Texas is probably going to be a play for me. That would be pretty high on my list. Butler Providence is going to be an absolute war. I don't really know where I would lean. I think I have it Butler by 2. The spread's 1.5. Ken Pom has it Butler by 1. I don't know. I probably will avoid that. McNeese should win this game by like 25, even though Lamar is solid. So I would lean McNeese minus 13.5 in that one. They should, by all accounts, win by like 20 points. So that's on my potential ad list. Certain stuff I'm going to take. Let's break it down like this. Certain stuff that I like, Georgia Tech, the Cincy full game and first half under. Those are like locked in for me in the early window. And then I like West Virginia as a moneyline parlay piece. And I like Texas. So Texas, those three, the Cincy unders, the Georgia Tech, and Texas, those are like locked in plays for me. For ads later on in the day, like I said, I like this as a moneyline parlay piece if we want to do something like that. Potentially looking at McNeese minus 13.5. I like Quinnipiac, but this conference has just been chaos all year. I kind of feel like the conference tournament's going to get a little dirty, so I probably, if it was a regular season game, I would be on Quinnipiac there, but I'll probably just avoid. I don't know what's going to go on in the tournament there. I could see some random team winning that. Some of these games, like these teams are just so bad. I kind of like Kansas State plus 5.5. Again, I don't trust Baylor, even though Kansas State, I don't know. It's like I think they're going to start playing good and then they don't. But they did win yesterday, obviously, over in their first conference tournament game. I would lean them plus 5.5. That's on a maybe for me in the night window. I like Merrimack. That's a maybe for me. I love Rutgers over USC, but we have the outright ticket on them. I'll probably bet Rutgers. That's on the definitely maybe for the night window. There was another game. Kansas UCF. Chat, I am praying. We need to pray that Kansas goes on like a huge run in the Big 12 tournament, potentially wins the Big 12 tournament. So everyone wants to take them in their brackets. Please, we need to rally together and root for Kansas in this Big 12 tournament. Please go on a run so that these people get brainwashed and take them in the bracket. That's all I'm asking for. I like Florida A&M plus 5.5. That is a definite maybe for me. I have it Jackson State -3, like getting 2.5 points. What does Ken Palm have it? Let's see. Where's that game at? Ken Palm has it Jackson State by 4. I like Florida A&M. I like them on the money line and outright, to be honest. I think they could win this game. That's on my list. Duquesne St. Bonaventure is a really good game. I think St. Bonaventure would be pretty popular just because they've been a popular team all year. I have Ken Palm up. Ken Palm has it. Where's that game at? Oh, is that tomorrow? Oh, it is tomorrow. All right, we'll talk about that tomorrow. But yeah, so overall, in the early window, I like Georgia Tech, Cincy unders, Texas. You take them spread and money line. I think they're going to win the game. McNeese is a potential. Florida A&M. Florida A&M would probably be my favorite. And Merrimack, Rutgers. I don't know. I feel like I've listed a lot of plays, but I mean, now's the time of year to just spray the board. Would you take Rutgers money line at plus 100 or plus 4.5 at -15? I'd probably just take the money line, Ryan. Florida A&M is plus 6.5 on DraftKings. Perfect. Thank you for the heads up. Florida A&M is good. Like I think they're underrated. I honestly almost bet them. I almost took them for the conference tournament, but we had so many plays. I just didn't. I probably should have. Now, I'm not saying they're going to win the conference tournament, but I'm just saying I did like that team coming into the conference tournament. We just had too many plays already. I didn't want to overdo it. National championship? Yeah, we talked about it yesterday. I only have a couple futures: Houston, Bama, and Texas Tech. Those are the only futures I have. If you asked me 2 weeks ago, I would have said Houston's going to win. I honestly, right now, I think Alabama is going to win. That's my national championship pick. I mean, Duke is the best team, but I mean, we've talked about it at length. Like, I don't see how you pick Duke in a bracket unless you are doing multi-entry, so you can have multiple shots. Single entry bracket pools, I will not be picking Duke, but we'll have plenty of bracket content out next week, and we can dive into all that. Then I'm gonna hop off today. I'll be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. There's more games to talk about, and I'll tweet out my plays obviously for today, so you guys have them, and we'll talk more in depth tomorrow. Hopefully, our golfers start out good tomorrow, so we at least have something to watch. Maybe we should do first round leader for our guys too, just to have something to watch tomorrow. In addition to, can I scroll over? In addition to the basketball tomorrow. So, I mean, Hideki's 45-1, Lowry 50, Straka 55. I'll probably sprinkle the first round leader for those guys too. I can't pick Duke to win it all. Yeah, I think Duke is top to bottom the best team. It's not close, roster wise, but when we play DFS contests, obviously you have to use a lot of game theory. They're going to be so highly picked in these bracket pools. They don't have if you play in a pool with 100 people and 50 to 60% pick Duke to win it, which I think is realistic. They don't actually have that percentage chance to win it. So there's just no reason for me to pick them. They're going to be way overpicked. And yeah, well, I'm just going to have to root against them, unfortunately. I mean, I like Cooper Flag, but there's a very large chance that we're just rooting against Duke for the majority of the bracket because I will not be picking them. I'm leaning Bama right now, but I got to see how the brackets shake out. Let me see. Let's look. We haven't looked at projected bracket in a couple days. Let's take a look here. Let's see what ESPN has it at here. All right. I don't care about that. Let's see. So right now, ESPN has the 1 seeds. Bama. Oh, wait. No. Duke, Auburn, Florida, and Houston as the 1 seeds. Bama is a 2 in Houston's bracket. Texas Tech is a 2 in Florida's. All right, well that's good. We can't have Houston, Texas Tech, and Bama all be in the same bracket. That would be disaster. This is a disaster scenario, though. I can tell you right now, if this is what the bracket looks like, disaster scenario. Right now, we've got St. John's, Houston, and Bama, and Gonzaga all in the same bracket. That would be nightmare scenario. We have a big future on St. John's to make the Final Four. We have natty tickets on Houston and Bama. Gonzaga is going to be a team that I'm looking to bet probably once the bracket comes out for Sweet 16, Elite 8. So hopefully I'm going to look at a different website. Let's see if CBS looks different and looks better. And we can't have that. All right, this is looking a little bit better. So CBS right now, this was updated, it looks like today. We have Alabama in Duke's bracket. This St. John's is in there too. So that would give us 2 shots at one of our teams to knock off Duke potentially. Or it would give us hopefully a guaranteed shot at one of our teams playing Duke. That would be more along the lines of something I would want in the bracket, especially because we're going to be fading Duke anyways. So might as well give one of our teams a chance to beat them. So I like that better. Houston, in this bracket, Houston is in there with Kentucky, Tennessee, Kansas. I mean, it looks like a pretty easy bracket in my opinion for Houston. So I would like that. Florida is in there with Texas A&M, Texas Tech. That looks pretty good. And then Auburn, the 2 seed with Michigan State. Interesting. I don't know. I mean, we'll see when it comes out, but dear God, please don't let Bama, St. John's, and Houston all be in the same region. That would just be, just literally the worst case scenario. Lock in Alabama in Sweet 16. If that's the case, Yeah, definitely, Keaton. We'll break it all down once we have the bracket. Like, we'll be able to figure stuff out like that. Um, Definitely. But like Gonzaga's on my list of a team to bet for Sweet 16 purposes right now. I have a couple teams marked down that I want to see kind of how their region plays out. And we can look. I mean, we've hit a lot of futures on stuff like that in the past. That one year, what was that? 2 years? It wasn't last year. It was the year before. We hit a couple big ones on Creighton to like the Sweet 16 and Elite Eight at pretty high odds. So we'll break it all down. We'll have tons action. But yeah, all right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I gotta go hop on this other meeting, and I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Good luck with your bets today, and I'll see everybody tomorrow.